Today, we're going to practice open eye meditation done two ways. We're going to use this open eye meditation to develop what's called our seeing. Our seeing is our way we use our third eye, we use our second attention, we connect to something in order to see the essence of it. That seeing might appear in a physical seeing. You actually experience something visually in your meditation. But it can also be an inward seeing where you feel something. You have an inkling that comes to you during the practice. So in this video, we're going to practice open eye meditation for the purpose of seeing, and we're going to use two helpful friends to do it. The first is what's on the screen now. This is what's called a Shri Yantra. This is a mystical configuration, a mystical symbol that we can use for open eye meditation to develop our seeing. It's a series of 9 interlocking triangles, and you'll see a dot in the center, which is called the bindu, and that's going to be our center of focus. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit up nice and straight with our eyes open and a soft focus on the third eye. You're going to gaze at the center of the Shri Yantra towards the bindu. And the key with gazing is we're not looking too hard. We don't need to strain our eyes. We want to be very simultaneously relaxed but focused and just have this awareness of our third eye with that soft focus. And our eyes can even be a tiny bit squinted, but we have open eyes and we're staring at the bindu. And what the Shri Yantra will do, it'll help us stop our thoughts. And with that focus, you might visually perceive something with the yantra. And just try to keep your eyes focused on the bindu. But if you find it hard to keep that focus, it's okay to blink, reset your eyes. And if you find any of the specific triangles or even easier maybe to gaze at the whole configuration, that's okay too. But it's very common to have some sort of experience when we're using the Shri Yantra that is actual visual and easier to see. And for some folks, it's a little bit easier to connect to something visual than when your eyes closed and trying to stop thought. So this is a tool that'll help us stop our thought. And we're going to sit here together for one song, eyes open, soft focus on the third eye. We're going to practice our gazing with the Shri Yantra. Let's begin. Someone once told me in a class that gazing at the Sri Yantra reminded them of the glow of moonlight, which is my favorite description of it. So we can use the Sri Yantra as a tool because it helps us develop our open eye meditation and helps us get into the orientation of seeing. So for the second half of the video, we're going to change locations to a very special place of power. That's a place that's helpful for seeing, and we'll practice together. And for that meditation, we'll bring in an intention and use the place and open eye meditation to develop a seeing to bring in something from the second attention that we can use in our first attention life. So I'll change locations. I'll see you in a moment in the desert. This is Sambhava, joining you live from the Anza Desert. I'm in a very special part of the desert called the Gorge, which is a significant place of power for me, for my Buddhist lineage, and now for you. This is a very special place called the Stargate, and it's named after this cluster of rocks you see before us. There's an energy of these rocks that's very strong for seeing, also very strong for especially seeing dimensions of technology that we can, through our connection, bring into this world and utilize in a selfless way. So we're going to do an open eye meditation. We're going to sit up nice and straight, eyes open. You're going to have a soft focus on the third eye. You're going to relax your eyes a bit to just gaze into the center of the Stargate. And as you do this, the energy of the Anza Desert will come through you, and you might have some experiences. You might not. But just be open to what happens. And to start, you want to set an intention for what you want to see inwardly. So take a moment to do that now. And sit up nice and straight. And stare, the gaze, the soft focus in the third eye towards the Stargate. In silence for a couple of minutes. Let's begin. Very nice. It's always good at the end of the seeing to take a moment and write down anything you experienced. It could be something you saw with your eyes, it could be something you saw with your second attention, it could be something that you just felt, an inkling. Whatever it was, it's good to write it down. Over the next week or so, just revisit it from time to time and see what unfolds. Seeings are sometimes like remembering a dream. You have your most vivid recollection right after, but even a couple days later, you might remember parts of it that didn't occur to you at the time, but unfolded with a little distance. So just be open for the next week or so, and I'm very grateful to have spent this wonderful moment with you in one of the most magical places on earth, the Anza Desert. This is Sambhava,